Hey guys, this is Kunal from TradingSim.com. Again, I wanted to do a trade recap on a gap play. It was an earnings play from last week. It was on the 21st. URI, which is United Rentals. You guys have probably heard of this or used this service in the past, right? You can just go and rent anything you want. And I guess they came in with good numbers. The stock reacted positively to the news. And let me just kick the simulator off so that we can kind of walk through this. So you can see, right, we just opened up here from 69.75 to about 77. So there was about a 7.5 point gap on the open. So very, very bullish action. If you look on the daily charts, we took out this last previous high at 76.04. That was the last swing high, which, also right here at 75.44. So we gapped through those levels, and so now, we always preach this, right? You gotta look at the bigger time frames to get the context of within your trade. And so, when you're an intraday trader, these longer term, daily levels, weekly levels are going to have a big impact and on your intraday trading. And you could see big support being formed at those levels. You could see big resistance. It's almost quote unquote hidden because many people don't look at these levels. They just trade the action from the current day, and so they miss that really important key element when they're assessing a day trade. And so what I've drawn out here, again, very simple, but these are big time support and resistance areas in this market for this stock, right? We can see down here from early in 15, there was a big move down. This area supported the stock pretty well. It rallied 25 points up to 105, and then it made a decline, and really it kind of tried to hold here again and then gapped right through this level. So this was a big area prior to this gap forming. And so what happened is, what do? We came right back up to that level, 70, 79 or 80 basically. We came back up to that level. And so what this is kind of telling us is this is a legitimate bull bear line for this stock. We tried again up here, 79.32. So in this general area, 79, basically 80 to 81 is a big area of resistance. And so we got a stock here that's gapped up significantly on the open. If the stock can go up and hit that 80 level, 81 even, we have to, if you're long the stock, you got to be looking to take some of that position off. Or if you're short, you got to start looking for a setup. You're not going to just short it because it gets up to that level. You're going to be shorting it if you start seeing some intraday signs of a breakdown forming, right? And then you can use that level, that 80, 81 level, as a big line in the sand for your trade. Before I walk through the trade, many of you are probably new to TradingSim or have not seen it before, but TradingSim is nothing more than a historical market replay. So think of us as a DVR, right? Think of us as when you record a television show, when you're out and you want to come back and watch the show, you go into your DVR, you select the show and you play it. And so what we've done is something very similar. For you technicians out there, we've recreated each individual trading day for the last 2+ years. And so what's really cool about this is you can get tons of practice, tons of repetition, tons of practicing your money management, practicing your pattern recognition, and what we've done here is we've provided you with a market movers list. So you're not really flying blind, right? You know exactly what stocks are trading, heavily on that specific day, which is really neat. And so, you can see here we have a calendar, right? You can just keep cycling through these dates, and select any day in our history and replay it. So, I think for any of you guys who are aspiring day traders, for any of you guys that are actually day trading and want to, go review your trades, you want to continue practicing maybe new strategies, this is a great tool to kind of get those repetitions. And does it replace real-time trading? Absolutely not. I'll be the first one to tell you that. You know, there's a different element specifically around your emotions that come into play when you have your live money, you know, at work. But you know, this is the next best thing, right? This is going to train you. This is going to allow you to fine-tune your approach to day trading, and do it in a risk-free environment. So I really urge you guys that are interested in day trading or struggling to kind of test the tool out. It's really powerful. But anyways, I'm going to continue on this example. So we have URI gapping up. It gapped up 7.5 points. And so let's just see what happens here. Well, there's no position for us to take, right? I mean, we're going to sit on our hands at this point. But let me just move through the day, and let's just see what happens. Right, as a day trader, I mean, there's nothing I'm going to be doing at this point. You know, now we're coming into this 80 level, and so we're already extended. You know, we're coming up here, and some people will look at this as like a bull flag of some sort. Again, these levels are extremely important. This little range that's defined by these two horizontal blue lines, these areas of resistance are key. And so as a day trader, you know, you got to get the risk reward ratio on your side. And so, you know, we're already at the first resistance level here of $80, right? So is it prudent for me to take a long position here? Probably not. It's already up 10 plus points, 15%, and we're coming into a huge level of resistance, and we've seen that this level has held on the previous two attempts. So we want to be cautious, right? We want to actually be thinking about this potentially being a bull trap. Any break above 80 could be a potential bull trap. So, you know, as you can see, I'm cycling through here at 5 minutes per second. So every time I hit this fast forward, this simulation is moving forward by 5 minutes. But you can kind of see, right? So we backed off of that 80 level. And there we go. And we're making another attempt at it. This actually, if it wasn't in such a heavy resistance zone, I would think that this is a decent trade to take from a long perspective. But I know better just based on the daily chart. And so we've popped through that level. And so as a bull, you want to look for continuation, and you really want to look for it to blow through 81. Right, we hit 80.43. Let's just see where it goes. So there we go, 80.57. And now this is interesting. This is actually not a misprint. This is a real sell-off. And let me just pull it up on the 1 minute chart. Someone came in heavy and sold the stock off. Somebody, you can see here, right? We had 250,000 shares traded in a 1 minute bar. Big time selling. Somebody wanted to sell at all costs. I mean, think about it, right? If you have that kind of volume and you're just dumping it on the open market without any care for the bid in the market, you know, that kind of tells you the motive and the motivation and really the psychology of the person selling it. They just want out at any cost. So again, we came into that major resistance cluster, or this zone right here, and we got a huge dump bar. This is not something you're typically going to see. This is a very excessive bar. We had almost $5 in 2 or 3 minutes. So you know, the interesting thing about these type of plays or these types of moves is, you know, these lows here, these 76.57, they tend to get retested. So, you know, you got to keep an eye on that. And so now, you know, again, I want to just make a point. I didn't take a position in this stock. I was watching this stock all day, but I did not like the setups that were being presented to me, so I didn't touch it. But you know, I really do want to show you that these daily levels are absolutely critical to day trading, and you need to identify them before you get into an intraday trade. So let's just move back to the 5 minute chart. right? And so at this point, what we're doing is, right, we've retraced from 76.57 all the way up to 80. You know, we're coming into that 9 EMA as well, and we dumped off. So you know, if you look intraday, right, this is a level that's being formed here, right? It hit here 78.75, 78.81. Again here at 78.84. When this thing crashed through this level, it came right back above that key support level as well. So this is a very important level, and if you were an intraday short or looking for an intraday position, you could have potentially taken a short here right below this 78.84, where I would have really waited for 78.75 to crack and then taken a short position on this bar right here with a stop above 70, basically a stop above 80. So you know, you can see there's quite a bit of, it's about a 1.5% risk. So again, you don't want to over lever because this stock is extremely volatile on this trading day. But you definitely could have looked at taking a short position below the 78.75 area. And let's just see what happened through the rest of the day. Right, we're going to be looking now, these lows of the day, or these gap low is going to be a critical support level. Let's just see what happens. So that area is trying to hold. 9 EMA is still holding the stock back. Right, there's just nothing doing. This stock is really trying hard. It just can't do it. You know, you can see this 9 EMA was penetrated here multiple times. What I'm going to be looking for, you know, it's a combination of you can't just blindly follow the 9 EMA. This area of resistance is going to be a key level for me that I do not want to see the stock get above. So even though we're pushing up slightly through the 9, we're failing. We don't want to panic per se. I mean, yes, you definitely would have taken part of your position off, probably down here to 76.50 area when this little low started forming against this previous low, and then we had this little narrow range bar, and then it took off. You know, you probably could have taken some of that off there, but the rest we want to let it ride a little bit, and our stop is going to be this wide range here, 77.50. So you can kind of see the stock essentially sells off into the close, little pop there, and then we're going to settle down here in the 76s. Apologize. Right, and then you would have got out pretty much towards the end of the day. But I hope this was helpful. I want to hammer this point home. I've mentioned it many times in many of my videos, but I've seen this time and time again. So you absolutely need to look at these daily levels, and you should be cycling through your charts at night. Right, every night before the market opens the next day, you want to have a game plan. You want to understand. You know, when you take a look at some of those stocks that are gapping in the aftermarket, right? You want to kind of take a look at their daily charts. You know, get a game plan together for these stocks, and even in the pre-market, you know, if stocks are releasing earnings, news, whatever that may be, you know, you want to quickly go take a look at their daily chart and identify points of support and resistance on a bigger time frame, so you can create a strategy and a game plan on how to trade that stock. I hope this helps. Email me, admin@tradingsim.com, if you have any questions. Again, visit tradingsim.com. We have a demo. I'm going to put a link to that demo in this video and in the description of this video. But you can definitely test drive the TradingSim market replay tool and see if it's something that would be a good fit for you. Thanks, and take care.